Question says, A, B and C together can finish a work in 30 days. That means it's very clearly given that if all three people are working together, it will take 30 days to complete the task. A and B take 9 days less to complete the same work than that of B and C. That means if B and C are taking some days, A and B will take 9 days lesser than B and C to complete that same work, right? So A and B are actually good partners compared to B and C working together. That's the meaning of the simple statement. And it also says C and A together can complete the work in 60 days. Okay, let us write that date also. A and C and A, B and C data is given as 60 days and 30 days respectively. So let us find the appropriate things. So totally 60 chocolates are there in the box. 30 into 2 is 60, it is 2 units per day. 60 into 1 is 60, it is 1 unit per day. That means A and C is 1 unit per day out of total of 2 units. So that means B will be how much? B will be remaining 2 units per day. Right? Sorry. Yes. A and C is how much? Yes. It is 1 unit per day. So A plus B is 1. Sorry. A plus C is 1. B will also be 1 because the total is 2 here. Right? So B will be 1 unit per day. 1 unit per day means in 1 day B can distribute 1 chocolate. But there are totally 60 chocolates. So if B is working alone, B will be taking 60 days to complete the task, right? If B is working alone, B will be taking 60 days to complete the task. But unfortunately, in this question, they are not asking you to find the B alone value. They are asking you to find A alone value. See the question, in how many days can A alone finish the work? If it was B alone, my answer would have been completed by now. But it is not B alone which is actually asked in the question. It is A alone which is asked in the question. Now see here, there is one more information which is given in the question. That information is A and B take 9 days less to complete the same work than that of B and C. That means suppose though totally there are 60 chocolates which are there in the box. Totally there are 60 chocolates. And to distribute these 60 chocolates, B and C are working with an efficiency of B plus C, for example. That means I am taking A's efficiency as A unit per day, B's efficiency as B unit per day, C's efficiency as C unit per day. And similarly, the other two people are given are A and B. So A and B are also distributing the 60 chocolates and they will work with an efficiency of A plus B, and it is given that A and B take 9 days lesser. So that means basically it says I got 9 marks lesser than you. I got 9 marks lesser than you. That is nothing but the marks difference between you and me is how much? It is 9 marks. So that means here also the days difference is 9 days. But we know that B's capacity is 1 unit per day. So just substitute. So it will be 60 divided by 1 plus C minus 60 divided by A plus 1. That is equal to 9. Right? That is equal to 9. Now, you can solve the equation by various methods. You can solve that equation by taking LCM, these all those things. But let us think little logically. Always logical thinking will give you the answer faster rather than using LCM and taking the simplification methods and other things. So always logically try to think. Now see here, right hand side is a positive number, right hand side is a positive number. Basically 9 is nothing but a positive number. If it has to be positive, can I say that the denominator 1 plus C should be lesser than 1 plus A, right? This denominator value, whatever you get in 1 plus C, it should definitely be lesser than 1 plus A or A plus 1. Suppose if this 1 plus C becomes greater than 1 plus A plus 1, then this value, if you subtract, you will get a negative value. You can check it out. Put some value for 1 plus C, for example, something like 20, and put some value for 1 plus A, for example, something like 30, and you can check it out. Definitely you will get a positive number, right? Definitely you will get a positive number. That means in simple language, if I want to get positive number on the right hand side, 1 plus C should be less than 1 plus A. And if you cancel that 1 on both the sides, C's efficiency should be lesser than A's efficiency, right? So one important observation in this question is efficiency of C is lesser than efficiency of A, right? Efficiency of C is lesser than efficiency of A, and we know that A plus C capacity is 1 unit per day. Let me write it. A plus C capacity is 1 unit per day. And we also know A's efficiency is greater than C's efficiency. So sum of two numbers should give you 1. The only possible case is 2 by 3 units per day and 1 by 3 units per day. There is no other possible case wherein you will get the sum as 1 of two numbers, because you are also thinking like, so this is one of the case. I am not saying that this is the only case, but so A is equal to 2 by 3 units per day and C is equal to 1 by 3 units per day. So now we came to know the capacity of A in this case. The capacity of A is 2 by 3 units per day. That means in one day he will distribute 2 by 3 chocolates. In one day he will distribute 2 by 3 chocolates. But totally there are 60 chocolates to be distributed. 2 by 3 should become 60. Multiply by 3 by 2 initially. Why am I multiplying by 3 by 2? 2 by 3 into 3 by 2 is nothing but 1. But that 1 should become 60. Multiply by 60. So basically 180 by 2 you are multiplying by 90. 1 also multiply by 90. That means if A is working alone, he will be taking 90 days to complete the task. That is the meaning of this question. I hope you are very, very clear. If you observe, I never took the LCM of these two. That means I never wrote it as 1 plus C, 1 plus A, all those things in the denominator and tried to solve it. I solved it just by using a little bit of understanding. If you want a positive number on the right hand side, 1 plus C in the denominator should be less than 1 plus A in the denominator of the second term. And thereby you can easily get that positive term. So basically from there we came to know that C's efficiency is less than A's efficiency, or A's efficiency is greater than C's efficiency. And we know that the sum of the efficiencies of A and C is equal to 1. So A value should be greater than C. A value is 2 by 3. C value is 1 by 3. And therefore from there you can easily get the value of A alone. I hope this particular method what I have taught is very, very easy for you people to get it, and very, very easy to understand also. Now see here. Let me also teach you the same problem by using another method, and let me see if in this method also we can solve this question in a little logical way. This is method 1 what I have solved just now. Let me also try to teach you another method. But before teaching you another method, one simple concept, very, very easy concept I want to explain before that. So suppose for example, if I take there are two people A and B. A will be taking, suppose for example, 180 days to complete the task. B will also be taking 180 days. A is also taking 180 days. B is also taking 180 days. That means A and B both are taking same number of days to complete the task. If both A and B are working together, how many days will it take to complete the task? Don't combine this number with the question what is given. I am just giving a small example. Now you already know how to solve this. LCM of 180 and 180, it will be 180 itself. So that means totally there are 180 chocolates which are there in the box. So A's efficiency is nothing but, so LCM is 180. A's capacity is 180 by 180 is 1 unit per day. B's capacity is also 1 unit per day. So total 180 chocolates are distributed by both A and B. In one day they both will distribute 2 units in a day. So 180 by 2, it is 90 days. So why am I taking this example? Very simple. I want to make it very simple for you people. Can I say that if both people are working for same number of days, that means their efficiency is also same. That means their capacity is also same. That's the reason you got it as 1 unit per day and 1 unit per day. If both are working for same number of days, if they are working individually, when they work together, they will always be completing the work in half the number of days they are actually taking individually. If they are taking 180 days individually, if they are working together, they will just do it in half of the days. That means 180 by 2, 90 days. Right now, why am I teaching you this? Because I want to carry forward this concept for this particular problem what I have given there. Please listen to this carefully. Please understand it very, very carefully. Now, can I say that method 2, let me write down the information. So it was given that A plus B plus C is nothing but 30 days, and it is also given that A plus C is nothing but how much? It is 60 days. Okay, LCM is 60. So this is nothing but 2 units per day. This is nothing but 1 unit per day. So B's capacity, we can find it from this. So B's capacity will be 1 unit per day. So B's capacity is 1 unit per day. In one day he can distribute 1 chocolate to complete 60 chocolates. So B individually, if he is working, he will be taking 60 days to complete the task. Now this is absolutely the same thing like method 1. Now see here, what else is given in the question? The question also says A and B take 9 days less to complete the same work than that of B and C. That means how much ever days A and B are taking and how much ever days B and C are taking, the difference between the days is how much? It is nothing but 9. That means I am just taking variables, but don't worry, we will not use variables to simplify actually. Suppose if B and C are taking X days, A and B will be taking 9 days lesser than X days. So basically they will just be taking how much? X minus 9 days. So A and B will be taking only X minus 9 days to complete the work. Now the catch in this question, which you should very clearly understand here, is observe carefully, logical way of thinking once again. Now see here, can I say that this person called as B, this person called as B is working with A also, this person called as B is working with A also, and that person called as B is working with C also. That means suppose I am B, assume that I am B. I am working with my friend A who is right of me. I am also working with my friend C who is left of me. For example, I am saying now, if I work with my friend A who is right side of me, I will be taking 9 days lesser. Similarly, if I work with my friend C who is left of me, I will be taking some number of days. That means if I work with A, my work will get faster. My work will get completed faster compared to me working with C who is on left side of me. That means if I work with A, the work will get over completely faster compared to working with C. That means in simple language, I can say that A's efficiency is greater than C's efficiency. So instead of finding all the things what we did in the previous method to find out A's efficiency, if you see method 1, we did so many things, denominator that should be greater or lesser, something like that. So sir, I did not understand that concept. You don't need to, because you can logically actually think and get the answer. So that's exactly what I did in method 2. So basically A's efficiency is greater than C's efficiency. Now think logically. A's efficiency is greater than C's efficiency. There are two people, A and C. So suppose if I take like this, A plus C, it is given in the question that if they are working together, they will be taking how much? 60 days to complete the task. If they are working together, they will be taking 60 days to complete the task. Now, if they are taking 60 days together, from the concept what I thought, A plus, if two people are together taking 90 days, then individually they are taking a double of the days. That means individually they are taking double of the days. So if they are taking 60 days together, so individually A will actually be taking 120 days, individually C will actually be taking 120 days. This 120 and 120 days for A and C is one of the scenario. It is only one of the scenario. But think logically, we came to know that A's efficiency is greater than C's efficiency. That means A's capacity, the capacity of A is too much greater than capacity of C. Because capacity of A and C are different, and because A's capacity is greater than C's capacity, A will be taking lesser than 120 days. C will be definitely actually taking more than 120 days. Common sense. It will actually not take this much of time for you to solve in the exam if you use this method. Why am I taking so much of time? Because I should enter all of your mind. I should make sure that you all people will understand it. That is the reason I am explaining very slow. That means A will be taking lesser than 120 days. C will be taking more than 120 days. So if you observe the answer options, how many days A alone will take? And we know that A alone will take lesser than 120 days. So for sure option A is ruled out because that is equal to 120 days. For sure option D is ruled out because that is 144 days. Either 72 days should be correct or 90 days should be correct. Out of 72 and 90, the easier number to work with is 90 because it's a multiple of 10. So what I will do is I will assume that A and C, we know that they will be taking 60 days to complete the task if they are working together. So A and C together, it will be 60 days to complete the task, and I am assuming that A will be taking 90 days as per the answer options. So as per the answer options, I am assuming that A will be taking 90 days. Let us check whether that assumption is actually true or not after some time. So A will be taking 90 days. If A and C together are taking 60, A will be taking 90. So C should be taking 180 days. Sir, how it is 180? You can calculate. 60 and 90 LCM is 180. A plus C is 3 units per day. A alone is 2 units per day. From that you get C alone, which is 1 unit per day. One day it is 180. One day it is 1 unit. For 180 chocolates, it is 180 days. So we came to know A value as 90 days from my assumption. C value we took it as 180 days because A, if it is assumed as 90, C will be 180 days. And we also know that according to the question, B will be taking how many days? 60 days. So just check it out. 90, 180 and 60. The LCM is 360. 90 into 4 is 360. 180 into 2 is 360. 60 into 6 is 360. That means A plus C capacity is 4 units per day. A's capacity is 4 units per day, C's capacity is 2 units per day, and B's capacity is 6 units per day if I use this method. Now, what is that they are saying in the question? A and B will take 9 days lesser to complete than B and C. So, check out A and B. A plus B will be equal to 4 units plus 6 units. A plus B 4 plus 6, 10 units per day. In one day it is 10. To complete 360, it is nothing but 36 days. So, if A and B are working together, they will complete in 36 days. Compared with which one? B and C, right? Compared with B and C. So, same logic. B and C. B is nothing but 6, C is nothing but 2. It is 6 plus 2, 8 units per day. In one day, it is 8. To complete a total of 360 chocolates, 8 into 45 is 360. Observe carefully. 36 and 45, A and B are taking 9 days lesser than what compared to B and C, and that is exactly what is given in the question. Because the question statement is becoming true, my assumption of 90 days is also true. So 72 days can never be the right answer. I hope method 1 and method 2 are very, very clear for all the students who are listening to the class. Trust me, if you ask me personally, for me, method 2 is a logical method compared to method 1. There might be some of the students who are listening to the class might think that method 1 is easier for you. Absolutely your wish. You can go with method 1. But method 2 is purely logical. In fact, method 2 does not require too much of pen involved in writing in your examination paper. The reason why I explained you for so much of time is, as I told, I want you people to understand better. That is the reason I explained you very, very slowly. Next question. See here. Next question. A and B together can finish a work in 36 days. So let me be little fast here. A plus B is 36 days. A and C take 7 3/11 days more to complete the same work than that of B and C. So there are two combination of people. One is A and C and one more is B and C. And it is given that A and C will take 7 3/11 days more than compared with B and C. And it's also given all the three people working together will complete in 24 days. Okay, A plus B plus C is nothing but 24 days. So can I say that LCM is 72 units, 36 into 2 is 72, 24 into 3 is 72. So A plus B is 2 units per day. So C will be 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1. So C will be 1 unit per day. In one day, 1 chocolate to complete 72 chocolates. So C will be how much? It is 72 days. I hope you came to know how C actually will be doing in 72 days. But the question is not asking you only for C alone. In how many days will A, B and C finish it separately? Now, very, very logical thinking once again. We came to know that C value is 72. Observe carefully out of the answer options. First option C value is not 72. Third option C value is not 72. Looking into option within 2 seconds or 3 seconds, you can eliminate answer options A and C. Either second option should be correct or fourth option should be correct. Now, once again, you choose any one of the option. You choose either the second option or choose the fourth option. If second option is chosen and if that is satisfying whatever is given in the question, then that is the correct answer. If it is not satisfying, then definitely you don't need to check the fourth option. You can just mark that fourth option and move ahead, because out of two options, if one of them is incorrect, definitely the other one should be correct. Now, if I choose second option, there are three people, A, B and C. A is 60 days, B is 90 days and C will be 72 days. LCM is 360, 60 into 6 is 360, 90 into 4, 72 into 5. Now, we came to know about individual capacity. What are the two people? A and C is one combination. So, A plus C will be nothing but A plus C 6 plus 5. It is 11 units per day. In one day, they will distribute 11 chocolates. To complete 360 chocolates, they will be taking 360 divided by 11 days. Right? 360 by 11 days. Now, similarly, the other combination is B and C. If I take B and C, B plus C is nothing but 4 plus 5, 9 units per day. The meaning of 9 units per day is in one day it is 9. To complete 360, it is 40 days, right? It is 40 days. Now, can I say that A plus C is 360 by 11? 360 by 10 is approximately 36. 360 by 11 is somewhere around 32 or 33 days, right? It will definitely not be greater than 36 for sure. It will be somewhere around 32 or 33 days, right? Now, A and C is 32 days approximately. B and C is 40 days. Think logically. Question says A and C take more number of days, but if I choose second option, A and C are actually taking lesser number of days compared to B and C. So can option B be the right answer? Option B cannot be the right answer because it is violating the condition that is given in the question. So therefore option B is incorrect. Option D should be the correct. I hope the clarity is very much there for every student who is listening to the class. Now, although this method is the wonderful method, I will also teach you method 2, right? I will also teach you method 2. In fact, you don't, let me write it in the same screen if possible so that I don't need to keep on coming back again and again. Method 2, I will write it here itself. Now, see here, think logically once again. Can I say that A and C, it is given that A and C will take 7 3 by 11 days more than B and C, right? 7 3 by 11 days more than B and C. So that means if I just take B and C as X days, if I just take B and C as X days, then A and C will be from X days, they will also take 7 3 by 11 extra days. 7 3 by 11 is nothing but 80 divided by 11 days, right? 80 by 11. Don't worry, we are just writing it as X, but we will never use that variable X. Now, same concept what I taught you in my previous question for method 2, I am using here also, right? I am using here also. Can I say that this person C is working with A also, the same person C is working with B also, but when C is working with A, he is taking more number of days than C working with B. That means efficiency of B is greater than A. Efficiency of B is greater than A. What is the meaning of efficiency of B is greater than A? Now observe carefully, there are only two options left. Either second option should be right answer or fourth option should be right. So how first and third are eliminated? I already explained you in method 1. Out of two options, efficiency of B is greater than efficiency of A means B will take lesser days to complete the task than A alone working. That means if you observe second option, B is taking more days than A to complete, it cannot be right. Therefore, only one option is left, that is option D. Always remember, if you can think logically, your problems are damn easy. Otherwise, you will struggle a lot in your examination hall. Next question. A does 3/8 as much work as B in 5/6 of the time. Now see here, it is given as 5/6 of the time. That means I don't want this denominator 6 to be present. I want to eliminate. So I will assume that B will take 6 days to complete the task. Right? I'll assume that B will take 6 days to complete the task. So why am I taking 6 days? Because 5/6 of 6, this fraction will eliminate. And whenever I eliminate the fraction, it will be very easy for me to solve it. And therefore, I will not use fractions. I will only work with whole numbers. Now, let us read the statement once again. A does 3/8 as much as work. So that means A will do 3/8 of work. So A will do 3/8 of work in 5/6 of the time. 5/6 of time. Time I am taking it as 6 days for B. So that 5/6 of 6 will become 5 days for A. Now A will be only doing 3/8 of the work in 5 days. But I want A to be doing complete work. 3/8 should become 1 complete work. Multiply by 8/3. Here also multiply by 8/3. So basically B will be taking 6 days to complete the task. A will be taking 40 divided by 3 days to complete the task. Right? A will be taking 40 by 3 days. Now A and B ratio. The ratio of A and B is A is taking 40 by 3 days. B will be taking 6 days. So this is nothing but 40 by 3 and 6. So can I say that? So this 40 divided by 3, 6 can also be written as 18 by 3. 3 will cancel in that ratio. So this is 9 into 2 is 9 into 2 is, or 2 into 9 is 18. 2 into 20 is nothing but 2 into 20 is nothing but 40. But this 40 by 3 days and 6 days, it is the number of days. Days is nothing but this is the time ratio. But always remember, we should always convert the question in terms of efficiency ratio. And we know that time and efficiency are inversely proportional to each other. If I have more efficiency, I will complete in lesser time. If I have less efficiency, I will take more time. So simple. So A and B efficiency ratio will be reverse of 20:9. It will be 9:20. I hope you are understanding. And this is nothing but the ratio of efficiency. Right? This is nothing but the ratio of efficiency. Now, can I also say like this? Can I also say, so see here, can I say that A's capacity is, okay, it's also given in the question that if B takes 87 days to complete a work alone, if B takes 87 days to complete a work alone. Now, if B is working alone, he will totally work for how many days? 87 days. And B's capacity is, in one day he can distribute 20 chocolates. That means, so one day he will distribute 20 chocolates. For 87 days he will distribute 87 into 20 chocolates. And this will lead to the completion of the entire work. That means total work that is present is 20 into 87, right? Total work that is present is how much? 20 into 87. But the question is, how much time shall A and B together take to do it? So question is asking you for A plus B. Let me use a different color. So A plus B is nothing but A plus B is efficiency is 9 plus 20, which is 29 units per day. In one day they will distribute 29 units, but they have to distribute 20 into 87 chocolates. So to distribute this entire 20 into 87 chocolates, they will be taking how many days? 29 into 1, 29 into 3, 20 into 3. Answer for this question is 60 days. Very, very beautiful way of solving the question.